Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. Now when I showed you this yarn a couple of weeks ago, I got a lot of comments asking what obviously I was going to be making with it, and so I just thought I'd do a bit of a crochet along, if that's if you know what I mean. And I'm just going to literally start crocheting a granny square with this yarn, and then you can just find out along with me exactly how it looks. So this is the Knitcraft Little Dreamer yarn, and this is the shade Nap Time. So it's these lovely pastel shades. So I'm just going to be using the recommended 6mm hook. And I'm literally just going to start crocheting with it and we'll see how it looks. So I'm not obviously doing it as a tutorial. I'm just literally going to start working up a granny square. And we'll just see how easy it is to work with and also how the colours work as we start using. So obviously if you want a granny square tutorial, then you can find it linked in the description box. So I'm just going to start crocheting with it and see how it goes. I always think stitches that you don't have to work into the top of when using this type of yarn is ideal, because obviously it can be tricky to find the top of those stitches. So that's why granny squares are great, because obviously you're always working into spaces rather than the top of stitches, so that's always useful. And also things like the weave type stitches where you're doing post stitches again rather than working into the top. I always really admire the people that use this type of yarn to make teddies and things, because I just think it must be so difficult to do that. Because obviously you get zero stitch definition, as you can see. It just works up as one big floof. Now obviously whether you turn your granny squares is personal preference. I never used to turn mine, to be fair. It was only when I did turn for the first time, even though my normal granny squares never skewed and never twisted, it did just make a difference to my finished granny square. It was just more square, you know, neater, sharper corners, all of those things. And so ever since then I've turned. So that is how we are looking with our first round. Very colourful, very fluffy, but obviously zero stitch definition, which is fine. You don't really need that for a granny square. I had a lot of comments on this yarn when I did a show and tell with it a couple of weeks ago, saying that they've used the other shades which all worked up really nicely, so you can always check out the comments on that video for other ideas as well. But yeah, I just wanted to see exactly how this looked. And I just thought I'd share with you in real time what I thought. So also let me know in the comments if you're still with me. Let me know what you've got on your hook. What whips have you got specifically at the moment? I know we all have that bag of whips that sits in the corner. Some of them are from 2 weeks ago, some of them are from 2 years ago. I don't think there's any right or wrong way to treat your whip pile. I do definitely find that I go through phases of really wanting to get stuff finished, and I'll blitz like 2 or 3 projects that I've had sat there, and then I'll leave the others in there for, you know, another year and come back to them at a later date again. So it's slightly tricky to find that space for slip stitching into. I think I've got it there, but okay, so there we are after 2 rounds You can see super fluffy, super chunky. It's working up really nicely actually. A 6mm hook does seem to be fine. I don't think I would go up another hook size. I think 6 is about right. It's not too stiff. It's looking pretty nice. So I'll work up another couple of rounds and then I'll come back and see you in a second. Okay, I've worked up 4 rounds now and this is how it's looking, and I have to say I absolutely love it. It's like a fluffy little marshmallow cloud. I absolutely think it's amazing. I really, 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 really like it. The only thing I will say is, my God, I am so glad that I never attempted to use these type of yarns when I was just starting out, because I think if I had done, I probably would have flung it across the room, sold all my crochet hooks, and then just, you know, stayed in bed for a week to recover, because it's not the easiest to use. Obviously, as with any type of this yarn, it can squeak a bit on your crochet hook, so I keep having to stop and try and sort that out. But it's really, really worth it because I'm really loving how this works up. In my mind, I'm already seeing things like crochet winter headbands as well. Little wrist warmers I think would be adorable in these colours. So yeah, really, really big thumbs up. Really liking it. It is so soft, so squishy. Like I say, it's like a little pastel marshmallow rainbow cloud. And yeah, absolutely loving it. Definitely going to keep on working this granny square until it's just as large as I can get it with the yarn that I've got. So anyway, thank you as always for watching. Let me know, as I say, what you're making down in the comments, and I will see you for a normal tutorial really soon. But thanks as always for watching, and bye for now.